Hi everyone, welcome to this session. I am Dr. Abbas, your orthopedics faculty with Marrow, and we have Dr. Rohan Khandelwal sir with us, the surgery faculty of Marrow. Hi sir, how are
Hi
you?
everyone. Hi Dr. Bas. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. So the aim of this discussion is to basically tell you what you need to do in the last 50 days before the NEET PG 2022. And we are also going to discuss all your questions and concerns regarding what you have to do and what you should avoid, keeping in mind that the exam is quite abrupt and some of you must not be very prepared for it. Now, the point of this session is to be a very crisp number one. We can't drag this session unnecessarily long because we know the time is of essence for all of you. And so what we have done is we have basically asked the questions from a cohort of students who have similar problems like all of you. And these questions have been curated in an order so that we address them one by one. And if you have a question, please try to ask it in the comments. But before you ask it, listen carefully. Before you even ask it, most of the times your questions will be answered either by Dr. Rohan or myself. Uh, so the first question that we are going to address right now is, sir, can we have the question? Yes. Will the exam be postponed? This is like probably the number one question that both of us have been getting since the last 1 week to 15 days. And I want to start out by saying we don't know, right? At least I don't know, and neither does sir know about it. The point I'm trying to make here is that if you wonder what will happen, you'll keep wondering and waste your time. As of right now, it is clear and it's established, the notification is out, it's published that the exam will be conducted on 12th of March 2022, and you have substantial amount of time to prepare for it, right? So if you start wondering whether it's going to get postponed or not, believe me, you'll be wasting a lot of your good time. So stop doing that. Assume that the exam is on 12th of March and keep preparing for it exactly like that. Now, if the exam gets postponed, if it gets postponed, you will get bonus time to revise more and do the things that you have missed out in your first reading. So take that time as a bonus time and then utilize to take advantage. Otherwise, what will happen is you will not be able to finish anything. You'll not be able to finish anything. You'll just be wondering whether you should proceed or not. And in that dilemma, you will have wasted a lot of time. What do you say, sir?
So I completely agree with you. And unlike last year, this year the situation is very different. The COVID situation is very different. There are hardly any admissions which are happening. So until and unless something changes very drastically, it is very difficult for the exam to get postponed. And as Dr. Bas mentioned, if you just keep on thinking about this is going to affect your productivity. I remember tweeting regarding this around 2nd January, where I said that there's no news of exam postponement, so please stay on track. And I would say the same thing, that consider that the exam is going to be on 12th March and prepare accordingly. Now, one more thing which is different and which can give you a sense of relief is that last year there were so many postponements that a lot of people were getting a lot of chance to prepare well. And we expected that the cutoffs are going to be higher. But this year, majority of you are in the same boat. You all have got a rude shock that the exam is going to be on 12th March. So everyone is on and around the same level. So there's no need to worry. I personally feel that those who will be able to step out of their comfort zone till 12th March will be the ones who will succeed in the exam.
Absolutely. And keeping 12th March in view, we have basically come up with a plan for you. If you're someone who is concerned what to do and where to do it from, we have a plan for you. And I'm sure Dr. Rohan will do a wonderful job sharing that strategy with you. But before we share that strategy and plan with you, let's just address what are the new things that we have introduced in Marrow for you to utilize for your advantage. Sir, can you just tell us what are these new Delta videos that are out there?
So there are three things, and I want to clarify this. And these are very useful specifically for those who are just starting off now. Now we have the revision videos. The revision videos are approximately 150 hours of videos, which contain the high yield facts and images. So this is the key word which I want to highlight here, that images, the important images have all been covered in the revision videos. So don't run around here and there to look for images. Just focus on the revision videos and all your image based queries would be addressed there.
Sir,
The
a lot of
NC
students are messaging asking, ki, sir, do we have to attend an extra session or some other classes to orient ourselves for images? Do we really have to do that? Because time is of the essence here. What do you suggest?
No, which is what I want to highlight here, that please, you don't need to attend separate sessions to look for images. The images are already there in the revision videos. And on top of that, if you just want to revise with images in point of view, the Marrow edition 4 image videos are still there, right? The additional things are there in the revision videos, but if you want to see Marrow edition 4 image videos are still being retained till the NEET exam. So you can even see those as well. But I would say that just trust the revision videos. All the faculties which we've spoken to have included ample images there which would serve the purpose.
So the Delta revision videos has everything, the revision as well as images. But if I'm a person who only wants the images and nothing else, I can go and look at the image session in the Marrow Edition 4, right, sir?
That's correct. The MCQ discussion videos are 100 hours of videos, and now these are very important. These teach you three things. They'll tell you about the previous year questions, and sometimes the topics are repeated in future exams. They will tell you about potential questions which the faculties have framed themselves. And they also discuss the art of attempting MCQs. So a lot of faculties have told you how to approach a question, what is the clinical principle behind it. So you should definitely watch these MCQ discussion videos at 2x speed, and I will tell you how to watch them when I discuss about the planner.
Sir, one thing I would like to add here, this MCQ discussion videos have been intentionally designed to not miss out on the simple, straightforward, basic questions that you frequently see on exams. What we have noticed in the NEET PG 2021 is that a chunk of the paper had standard concept, had basic questions, just slightly twisted. And most of the students who apparently over prepared missed out on those. So we don't want you, the Marrow students, to miss out on these fundamentals, these basics, and they have been included here with great detail. So please pay attention to that, because just because you have read so much does not mean that you should forget the basics that are frequently asked on the exam.
The final thing are the HYT Delta videos. So if you see the Delta section, you will see the MCQ discussion, and the last video for every subject is the high yield point Delta video. Now, you must have heard of the 20th notebook concept, both which Dr. Abbas and me have addressed on our YouTube channels. Now, a lot of students were unable to prepare that 20th notebook. So what all 19 faculties have done is that we've prepared the high yield points for you, which we want you to revise in the last few days leading up till the exam, the volatile, the high yield points in these HYT Delta videos. So these are your last minute revision guide. And also I would recommend that you should look at them once now and once in the end, so that the concepts get reinforced before the exam. So
That's
these are
very
the
nice.
three new additions which are there. And based on these, we'll just tell you how to plan your next 50 days. So would you like to add something before I go on to the planner?
No, no, sir. I think that is more than sufficient. This was just to orient you to what are the new things that all the faculties have worked and prepared for you, so that you do not have to wander around anywhere. Everything is available at your fingertips. Just trust the source. And sir has devised a wonderful plan for you to follow. If you can afford at least 10 hours a day, this is what you should do.
Sure. So I think even whether you're working, whether you're an intern or a non-intern, I'm sure all of you can put in 10 hours a day. In fact, some of you might be able to put in extra hours as well. But even if you can put in 10 hours a day, what we want you to do, and this is primarily for those who are starting now, right? Those who've done very little. Those who've already done significant chunks, we will come to you slightly later, but I am addressing a large proportion of students who are going to begin their preparation now, or who've just done few subjects. So what you need to do is you need to divide your day into the MCQ part and watching the revision videos and the MCQ discussion videos. So if you watch the MCQ discussion and the revision videos for 5 to 6 hours and do at least 4 hours of QBank every day, that should put you in a very good position before the exam. Now, the Q bank, you should be solving at least 6 to 7 modules per day. Now, this is a marathon which you have to start for yourself. And trust me, this is the biggest game changer. The Q bank, if you talk to any of the people who've got a rank, all of them attempted the Q bank to the fullest. Some of them did it 2 or 3 times, but majority of them tried to do maximum modules. So you have to motivate yourself to do questions every day. Now you can split it into two subjects, a strong subject and a weak subject, so that you are able to sail through the day. And another key point, which we will again be stressing later on, is 1 GT every 10 to 15 days. Okay. Now, what exactly is to be done per subject? In each subject, you need to watch the revision videos. Now, if you have already read the notes, then you can start the revision videos at 2x and keep your notes open on the side, and you can just flip through your notes and add the extra points. Okay. Plus, you need to do the Q bank. And my strategy would be that you solve two modules of Q bank, give 1 hour break, and in that 1 hour, you watch the MCQ discussion videos of the same subject at 2x speed, right? So that would get over the monotony of just solving questions. So you can take a break, two modules, then watch one MCQ discussion video at 2x, then again do two modules, again watch one MCQ discussion at 2x. This is what you need to do per subject, nothing else. The revision videos, MCQ discussion, the delta, that is all you need to do along with the Q bank. And if you're just doing this much, you are in a very good position to get a rank. And after talking to most of the faculties, we feel that this is a very doable planner per subject. You can divide the time according to yourself. Maybe you are good in some subjects and you would want to reduce the time. But for majority of the subjects, it can be finished in the time which I've highlighted in this. You can click a picture of this. And I've already told you the plan is very simple. Revision videos, MCQ discussion, and Q bank. Sir, would you like to add something before we move
Yeah,
forward?
I would just emphasize that most of you might get carried away feeling that you're missing out on important information. And because of the old patterns that you have, you might want to go and watch the original videos, the full lengthy videos. Don't do that right now. You do not have the luxury of time. You just need to focus on revision videos, because revision videos are focusing on the important parts of the whole subject. Right now, you just need to do that. Utna hi kar lo, and try to remember that for your exam. And question bank, like sir said, question bank is an essence, because I know personally top rankers who have done only question bank and got amazing ranks. So question banks with revision videos. Now sir has given a wonderful suggestion of doing the MCQ discussion videos between the modules. What will happen is, sometimes when you do the question banks, you don't understand clearly what is going on, right? And when you listen to the MCQ discussion by the faculty, that is when you will understand what is the hook, where is the trap, how is the examiner testing that piece of information. And then you will get the confidence, yeah, I am understanding these questions, it's good, I can do that. So do the question bank, watch the MCQ discussion videos, do the question bank, watch the MCQ discussion videos. This way you will get the speed, the momentum, and the confidence to finish it off. So revision videos, question bank, MCQ discussion videos. Once you're done with that, go and do the delta videos. Your subject will be complete, and the time given here on the chart will be more than enough if you're committed and dedicated. This way you will have an upper hand compared to everyone who's just thinking of what to do right now, because we have already made a plan for you.
Again, I would like to re-emphasize that this plan is for those students who are just starting their preparation now. It is for them to see the revision videos, Q bank, and the MCQ discussion videos. Those who've already read all the subjects one can utilize this planner for their revision, right? So
Yes.
for each student, the planner has different utility, right? For somebody starting off, this is the only thing which you need to do. But for somebody who's revising, use this as a revision strategy. Now, a few of you are asking that we've already read the notes previously. We are thorough with the full videos. Do we need to watch the revision videos? No. So if you're thorough with the previous videos and if you've done the notes previously, stick to that resource. Don't watch the revision videos. Revision videos are for those who are not sure with the earlier videos or those who are starting off now.
But you should definitely do the delta videos, even though you have covered the
That's
regular
correct.
videos and done the question bank and have the notes. Delta videos is something you should not miss, because every teacher has put in extra effort to curate that content in small time to give you high yield topics that have been previously asked, number one, and have the potential of being asked again. So that will give you extra advantage compared to your peers. So don't miss out on the delta videos.
Right. So somebody's saying that, the FOMO thing, the fear of missing out thing sets in, and you want to watch the revision videos, even if even if you've done all the videos and the notes previously. So my suggestion to you is, rather than doing the revision videos, if you've previously done the entire videos and the notes, you rather spend that time in solving the Q bank. That would be more fruitful for you.
Absolutely, sir. Because you see, revision videos will be something that is very passive for you. You'll be just listening in. Whereas practicing the questions is an active effort. You're going to put in effort. And that is where you will realize that maybe your thought process is wrong. Maybe you're making a silly mistake. And that will be more fruitful for you. We are trying to basically give you, more result or better result with less effort here. Watching revision videos is easy, but doing the question bank is hard. So try to do the question bank.
Again, some students are writing that the MCQ discussion videos are in edition 4. They were in edition 4 also, but what I am talking about is the 5th edition. Now, if you have the 5th edition, if you scroll down, you will see the Delta logo there, right? When you click on that Delta button, all the MCQ discussion videos and the HYT videos will open up of edition 5. So please see the MCQ discussion videos of edition 5 and not edition 4. And the MCQ discussion videos of edition 5 are under the Delta section. Okay. So this is the planner which we've already discussed. Again, few queries regarding the Delta videos which we would like to address here. So would you like to start?
Right. So these are the questions regarding Delta videos that students have already asked us. We will try to address them. I am sure most of your answers will be found here in this discussion. If not, feel free to write it in the comments. So the frequently asked questions are these. Number one is, are revision videos a substitute to notes? See, if you have put in the effort to prepare the notes or add to the notes, as in annotating the printed notes, you've already gone through the subject, right? So revision videos are not a substitute to notes. Revision videos are basically a concise piece of information of the whole lecture, of the whole video. So maybe you have extra information in your notes, and since you've already put in the effort to accumulate that, why would you want to miss out on that opportunity of revising it? So your notes is your number one go-to source for revision, because you have prepared it, you have gone through everything. Now if you're feeling that you're unable to revise it because the information is either you have studied it too far away or you've forgotten, or you're getting doubts in what you have written, whether it's not clear, then you can go for the revision videos. But if you have your own notes, I think you should rely on that. That way you will be revising everything that you have read, which is more. And number two, you will be more confident about the information that you have written and you're revising. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely. I mean, if you have read the notes and made your notes previously, along with the proper full videos, they are a better resource. Revision videos are for those who are still lacking the concepts or lacking confidence in that subject, or those who haven't touched that subject at all. Okay. Are MCQ discussion videos enough? Can we skip the Q bank? Absolutely no, right? The Q bank cannot be skipped. As I mentioned previously, the MCQ discussion videos will cover the commonly asked questions, the previous year questions, but you need to solve questions yourself as well. You need to challenge yourself, because that's what you're going to do on the day of the exam. So they are not a substitute for the Q bank, they supplement the Q bank. So please, every day 6 to 7 modules of Q bank you have to solve on a daily basis.
Absolutely, sir. Like I've said, and I'll repeat it again, a lot of students I know personally have gotten great ranks just by doing the question bank. It is an active process. It opens up so many doors in your brain that you had no idea about. Please do it actively. And by doing the MCQ discussion videos, you're adding on to the information, as in how the examiner is thinking. That is what sir is telling you about. This on the MCQ discussion videos, the faculties have taken time to teach you how to pick up the keywords that you can do later once you know the questions. So do the question bank first, and then you can go for the MCQ discussion videos. The third question is how to utilize the high yield uh, topic videos. So this is a part of the delta videos where we have included the high yield topics, which includes the basic previously asked topics as well as potential new questions that can be asked. So this is something that you need to do towards the end of your preparation or your revision. This is going to add information. This is going to add information to what you have already built upon. This is not something that you do in isolation or in alone. So basically pura revise kar lo, you do your revision whatever you have planned for revision, and then you do these high yield topic videos to quickly revise through the important things that you might forget because you have read so much.
So are the high yield videos a substitute for the 20th notebook? I think so. We've already mentioned this, that all 19 faculties have curated these high yield videos, considering in mind the volatile and the high yield facts. So, like when we prepare for USMLE, we do a first aid book, and we do first aid once during preparation and once 10 days before the exam. So these HYT videos have to be done once now and once 10 days before the exam. Now, if you see this planner which I shared with you, this planner makes it total of 40 days. Okay, total of 40 days होता है इस planner के हिसाब से. So last 10 days you are left to do the high yield videos, HYT videos, and be in a good frame of mind to appear for the exam. Okay. I
So
think
the
so.
last
We've already.
question.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So the last question, is it necessary to attend image-based sessions if one has seen revision? We've already addressed this. Time is of the essence. There is no point in wasting your time. You have a gold mine in your hands. You have everything in the Delta videos. You have MCQ discussion, revision videos, high yield topics, question bank. You don't need to waste time. You don't need to go out, save that time and do these things again. You will be thankful. You will thank both of us later that we have told you, save your money right now, do these things. This is more than enough.
I think so. More than saving money, it's about saving time. That is more important at this juncture. So please utilize your time frugally. It is of utmost importance. Every minute you spend can be a matter of one or two ranks. So utilize it wisely.
So how to utilize the question bank in the last 50 days. So this is the second set of questions that we got from students regarding the question bank and its utilization. Sir has already talked about this. If you're starting right now and your target is 12th March, Sir has just suggested that you should at least do 6 to 7 question bank modules every day. You should do, if more, great, but at least you should do 6 to 7 question bank modules every day.
How to revise QBank and bookmark questions. So a lot of you are saying that do we need to do the QBank or can we do custom modules? Arey, look, custom modules are made out of the QBank only. So whether you do the custom modules or you do QBank, it amounts to the same thing as long as you're solving MCQs on a daily basis. Now, why I was saying subject wise was for those students who've not attempted the QBank previously. So that would give you a methodical way to proceed, but every now and then you should definitely approach custom modules because that gives you the flavor of the true exam. Now, bookmarked MCQs, keep on bookmarking MCQs. There are three types of bookmarks which are available. So you can make your own key and bookmark those MCQs. And in the last 10 days, the 10 days which I told you, which will be left behind, you need to do the Delta videos, the HYT videos, and you revise the bookmark MCQs.
Right. In the comments, we have Dr. Aditya who just mentioned that he did entire question bank twice in 2 months and he got ranked number 37, which is amazing. And which again goes to prove how valuable question bank is. And I would just like to reemphasize what Dr. Rohan just said. Maybe if you missed it, Sir said by doing the question bank, you're basically doing things in an orderly fashion. When you pick up a module of a topic in a subject, what happens is the question bank starts from a simple topic or a simple question and slowly builds your concept towards more advanced information. That way you'll have a complete understanding. So that's why even if you can't afford to watch the regular videos, even if you can't afford to watch revision videos, question bank is something that will teach you everything that is very, very important. So the point I'm trying to bring across here is that question bank to miss ही नहीं होना चाहिए. It is mandatory to do. Okay, so custom modules is something that you can add, like sir said, to add flavor in your preparation or to get the essence of the exam. But question bank you should do.
So can we skip the Q bank and just watch MCQ discussion videos? I think so. I would like to reiterate, no, not at all. Q bank has to be done along with MCQ discussion videos. And that is why I'm saying, so split your day, you do two modules, then you watch an MCQ discussion video. Then you do two modules, then you watch an MCQ discussion video. This, as Dr. Abbas mentioned, will every time you do this, A, it is going to break the monotony of solving questions. And B, when you listen to the faculty approaching the questions, it will tell you how to approach the question, the art of attempting the question, of choosing the keywords. So combine both of them. Please don't skip the Q bank. That is very important. Again, don't be scared of bookmarks. A lot of toppers which we spoke to, they said that they had 2,000, 3,000 bookmark questions, and they brought it down in the end. In the end, when you revise them, whenever you get a chance, when you go through the bookmark MCQs, you can bring them down very quickly. So don't be worried about the number of bookmarks at this point of time.
Sir, there is one question from Dhruv. He's asked a good question actually. He asked, any priority of choosing question bank, like high yield topics, or all the modules has to be done? So I'll just give my take and then I'll ask for yours, sir. My take is that if you're a person who's starting the question bank right now, I would suggest doing the revision videos first. Now, what will happen is when you will do the revision videos, you will automatically gather the topics that are relevant and important for your exam, and try to find those topics in your question bank and try to address them. If that is something you would do only and only if you have absolutely no time. But ideally, even for 50 days, like sir has already shown you the planner, even for 50 days, if you do the complete question bank, you will still have time. So my suggestion is, do the revision videos, pick up the core topics and do the question bank of those topics. But if you have time, please do the complete question bank. What do you think, sir?
I personally feel that there is enough time right now to attempt the entire Q bank. At least once you can solve the entire Q bank, and that gives you a great edge over other people. Rather than being selective, go for the entire Q bank. Of course, people who are slow in their preparation or cannot devote enough number of hours, they can follow the strategy of looking at the important topics and just doing the Q bank for them. But personal take would be to go for the entire Q bank.
Absolutely, because the disadvantage of only focusing on the high yield of the high yield is that you will not have a cohesive knowledge. So it will not be comprehensive. You'll get confused if the examiner tries to confuse you. Because please understand, a question bank is from the topics that are high yielding, right? So it is already high yield on its own. So I am not so sure how you'll be able to find the high yield of the high yield. Maybe with the revision videos, but like sir said, ideally you should do the complete question bank.
Right. Okay, so this was another very frequent thing which was posted to us, how to deal with subjects which we haven't touched till now. So the first thing which I would like to highlight is don't leave subjects. Okay, so don't leave subjects, because leaving subjects will put you in a very tricky position. So you have to do something for each subject. And what is that something which you can do quickly? So the something which you can do quickly is you can do the revision videos at 2x. You can do the revision videos at 2x speed. Along with this, the MCQ discussion and the Q bank. So all this I told you, even for the lengthier subject, even say for medicine or for surgery or for obs gynae, if you are going to put in 10 hours every day, you can easily do this in 3 to 4 days for the biggest subject as well. For small subjects, of course, you can finish all of these things in 1 or 2 days. So it is still pretty doable. You still have a lot of time. All I just want to say is step out of your comfort zone, okay, and push yourself as much as you can and try to do as many subjects. All 19 is best, but as many as you can before the exam, that is going to be useful.
So I
So
would
would you
just
like
like
to
to
add?
add two or three things here, sir, because I've seen the questions asked by students here. Number one, some of the students have said they have not finished SPM and they have not finished medicine, and they were asking what to do for them. I think sir has clearly explained what you need to do right now. You do not have time to do complete topics unless you have been preparing for a very long time and these are the only two subjects left. Then stick to your original strategy and finish them properly. But if not, then do the revision videos, do the MCQs, and watch the MCQ discussion videos. That's it. These are the three things you need to do, and top it off with the Delta videos. Whether it is medicine, whether it's SPM, whatever subject it is, this is your sure shot way of completing them in less time. First question. Second is, one of the students asked me, uh, uh, is it necessary to do the MCQ discussion videos? No, absolutely not. If you do the question bank, it is more than enough. But if you are ever getting confused whether the concept is not clear or how the examiner is playing games with the words, then MCQ discussion videos will definitely help you, because like sir said, it will help you understand what the examiner is talking about and how they play with the words. Third question that I want to address here is, somebody asked, do we have to read the complete explanation in the question bank? I don't know. Listen to me carefully. When you read a question and then answer it in the Marrow question bank, the answers that are given are basically relevant, or the explanations of the future, or upcoming questions. If you don't read the explanation at the first question, eventually down the line you will be reading it. So why not read it then and there? There is no extra unnecessary information given in the question bank. So gone are those days when we had questions and the whole paper or the chapter of the textbook was printed as an answer. Question bank is well curated, it's well designed, the explanations are given precisely why this is the correct option, why this is not the correct option. That will give you, the ability to answer the next upcoming questions. Otherwise you will eventually have to read the explanation there. So be smart, spend your time effectively and efficiently, and read the explanation. And you're not kids. We can't tell you कि यार बेटा बैठ के ये पूरा पढ़ो पढ़ो, आपको ही काम आने वाला है.
No, absolutely. So I said that you have to do 6 to 7 modules and you're giving 4 hours to solving questions every day. So given that you're putting 3 to 4 hours and doing questions every day, you should read the entire explanation. And as Dr. Bas mentioned, that it will not only tell you more about that question, but also uske aage ka aur piche ka bhi batayega, which will be useful for the exam. Because, the examiner might ask anything which they feel like. So it is better you read the explanations, and trust me, there is time to finish the entire Q bank by reading the entire explanations. The 50 days is a lot, provided you believe in yourself कि हम कर सकते हैं. If you have that belief, you can easily finish the Q bank in 50 days.
Sir, there is one question I think you can answer very well over here. Students are asking, and this has been asked multiple times, about radiology. So they are asking that won't radiology be covered with general medicine, with general surgery, with obs and gyne and ortho? Can they skip radiology? That is what they are asking.
So look, yes, we have all included X-rays, we have all included radiological findings in our clinical subjects, but the radiology revision videos are hardly 4 or 5 hours. If you watch it on 2x, you can finish it in 1.5, 2 hours. So if you are so thorough with the radiological things which you've done in other subjects, consider it as a revision and just watch it at 2x and reinforce those concepts. Maybe you pick up 1 or 2 extra points as well.
Sir, one more question. Sir, what if we have already finished the question bank twice? How do we go about revising the question bank?
So, if you've already finished the question bank once or twice, I think so you're in a very good position to crack the exam and get a good rank. Now, to revise that, you would have bookmarked questions. So, you do those bookmarked questions and create random custom modules to see what your score is coming like. Now, when you attempt these custom modules, if you see that you're lacking in a particular subject, you have to go back and revise the questions of that particular subject in depth. Otherwise, if you're scoring equally well in all the subjects, you can just continue doing custom modules.
Absolutely. I would just like to add one point here is that, see, even if you finish the question bank twice, I would reset it and do it again, because every time you do the question bank, you will realize there were still some points that you must have missed or overlooked or underestimated understanding. Because you see, question bank has been so designed to confuse you, to give you the precise information that is tested on the exam. And also you can heavily rely on the custom modules to mix and match questions, because when you're doing the question bank, if you know which topic or which subject you're doing, you're subconsciously assuming that that is the answer. For example, if you're talking about say cystic fibrosis, every question that you see, is cystic fibrosis, so you're kind of leaning in towards the answer already, you're biased towards that. But if you start using the custom modules, you will be mixing and matching, and then the information is going to be coming from all the different places. That is one very important thing. Sir, can we talk about grant test now, because a lot of students are talking about grant test and what should we do about it?
Yeah, we will just go on to that. Few students have posted that I'm repeatedly saying it is doable. They want to know some examples. So let me just share one example with you. This was around 4 years back when a student's mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And this was around 3 months before the exam. They'd come to me for treatment. And after treatment, once the surgery was done, then her chemo and radio was supposed to start. I told the student to go back and study for her exam. It must have been so difficult for her because her mother was undergoing breast cancer treatment. But I can tell you that she studied exactly for 2 months and she got a rank within top 1,000. Before that, she had hardly done anything because of the lead up of her mother's diagnosis. So that is one example which I remember very clearly. The girl's name was Priya. And I can tell you, I mean, I always think of that example whenever the exam is 2 or 3 months away. So it is very much doable. You just need to have belief in yourself.
Sir, since you have already talked about that, there was one patient, Shoaib. He was a soccer player, and he was an absolute, let's just say, a waste fellow. In his own words, he would say, "Sir, I'm a waste fellow. मैंने कुछ पढ़ाई की नहीं है." So he had an internal derangement of knee, ACL tear. We operated on him and we said, no soccer, no activity, no running around. बैठ के पढ़ लो. भी नहीं बोले थे हमने उसको, बैठ के पढ़ने के लिए भी हमने सजेस्ट नहीं किया. We didn't tell him to study. So he utilized those 3 months on his own because he was not playing. So he was sitting at home, and then he got a rank within 2000. So what sir is trying to tell is possible hai. All you need to do is sit down and do it. I'm seeing a lot of pessimism in the comments here, thinking कि ये नहीं होगा sir, this is impossible, this is not practical. It is practical. We are not telling you something that is not possible.
देखो, जब तक चालू नहीं करोगे तब तक नहीं हो सकता. सो वंस यू स्टार्ट, एक बार स्टार्ट कर दोगे, देन यू विल फील दैट द इट इज डूएबल. So you just need to start, make a plan. We've shared the planner with you. You just need to start. And trust me, subah sham ek kar do, even if you don't see the sun for the next 2 months, that's all right. Right? You need to step out of your comfort zone, but we can tell you that it is doable. That much I can tell you.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir.
Okay, moving on to the GT dilemma, I think. So this, Abbas sir, please address
Sir,
these
sir,
points.
it would be an honor, sir, because every time I talk about GTs, मेरे अंदर से एक आवाज आती है. So students ask me, when should we start taking grant test? My answer to them is, you should start taking grant test yesterday. Now the
Yes.
best time to start taking grant tests is yesterday. वो time हो गया, आपने already late कर दिया, right? But keeping things real, this is what both of us have decided to tell you. कि if you're a person who's starting right now, preparing for the 12th March exam, you can give at least 2 tests per month. That is every 15 days or every 10 to 12 days. If you're a person who has already been preparing and you are in momentum, then you should give grant test weekly. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely. Then
Right.
GT once, if not, yeah, I mean, weekly GTs for those who are already revised once or finished all 19 subjects, you should do GT weeklies. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Sir, what about platforms? A lot of students, have one platform that they are subscribed to, but there is always this fear कि maybe ना the other platform में questions interesting है or more clinical है. वैसा, what do you think we should do?
So look, again, I would like to divide it. Those who are starting now, they should stick to one platform, or those who are using Marrow or abhi start kar rahe hain, just do Marrow GTs. But those who've been doing GTs previously as well, and have revised substantial portions of their uh, topics, they can do GTs from other platforms to get the flavor of other types of questions as well, and that would always put them in a good position before the exam.
Yeah, so if you have already prepared well, it is a good idea to expand your horizons. So if you have prepared well with Marrow, why not go and write grant tests for other platforms and see? Because either way, you have built yourself very strong, so nothing to worry about. But for people starting now, it is ideal to stick with a single source, preferably Marrow, because you know that everything that you're reading right now is authenticated and it's reliable. Most of the students face a problem when they start taking grant tests from different platforms, that some answers are given different, and some because they are controversial. Now this is not the time for you to fall into that trap of trying to find out what is the right answer of that question. That is why sir is clearly telling you, if you're a person who's starting now, stay away from that by sticking to one platform. But if you've already read and are well read, expand your horizons, see what are these controversial questions also, so that you have a leverage and advantage compared to others.
So a lot of students in the comments are saying that it takes them 2 days to revise one GT. Now is not the time where you can waste 2 days in revising one GT. So you have to be smart in your approach to GTs. So you don't need to evaluate and revise each and every question. You just need to revise those questions which you got wrong, right? Or you got them right because of a fluke, right? Got them right because it was a fluke answer. Those are the questions which you need to revise from the GT. Those questions for which you know the concept and you got them correct in the first go, please don't revise them. So if you do this, you can revise the entire GT in not more than 5 to 6 hours. So if you're giving one whole day to GT, you can do the GT in 3 hours and then revise it and still be left with 2 or 3 hours to read something else as well. So this is how you need to be. You need to be smart at this point of time. Don't revise each and every question.
Right, excellent point, sir. But if you're a person who have been preparing all year long and you have your own strategy, stick to it, revise, and do whatever you have been doing. This is fundamentally for people who do not have time right now and they are preparing, starting to prepare now. Another student has asked about Pearls, sir. They are saying that we have not talked about Pearls. Apparently, a lot of toppers have used Pearls and they are recommending it. What is your take about Pearls, sir?
So pearls are like your monotony breakers. So whenever you're getting bored, whenever you think you have nothing else to do, or you feel that the productivity is going down, that is the time when you utilize to do pearls. So even if you do pearls for 30 minutes to 45 minutes every day, random, supposing I'm doing surgery and I'm doing radiology as two subjects today. So during the first half surgery, I can do radiology pearls, and during the second half, during radiology, I can do surgery pearls. So that helps in reinforcing the same concept. Within that day only, you will read the same thing 2 times, and the concept gets reinforced.
So for me, Pearls is a place which basically has everything that I know I will forget. So for example, when I'm talking about proximal humerus fracture, I say that axillary nerve gets injured. When I say shaft of humerus fracture, I know radial nerve will get injured. Now this is something that is close to each other, yet the answers are different. So यहाँ पे आपको confusion होता है. So everything that is confusing has been laid down precisely and neatly in the Pearls. So whenever you come across something that is telling you that this is a fact to memorize, remind yourself कि और क्या चीजें थी ऊपर नीचे जो मुझे याद रखना था, what were the other things that I needed to remember for the exam. Then you can quickly go back to Pearls and see everything listed there, so you can quickly revise and correlate. For example, there are so many radiological signs that sound similar. There is a Pearl for that. There are so many pathologies that sound similar. There is a Pearl for that. There are so many histopathological findings that have giant cell in them. There is a Pearl for that. So those pearls will definitely help you gather your information in one place, so that you do not make a mistake on the exam just because the question sounded similar or the option sounded similar. So for me, pearls really, really play a role in clearing that dilemma for me.
You don't need to do USMLE first aid for your NEET PG exam. That is why we've made the HYT Delta videos. That is the last video in the Delta section for each subject. That is going to serve as the last minute revision guide for you. You don't need to do first aid, please. Okay, I think so. Both me and Dr. Abbas have already addressed this point that it is possible to get a rank even if you're starting now. So please don't lose hope. Please believe in yourself. We've already spoken about this. Moving on to the next question: how to allocate time between revision videos, QBank, and Delta videos? Abbas, sir.
So, sir has already started with this wonderful strategy for you for 10 hours per day. Wala. So, that is how you're supposed to divide your day. So, revision videos, you can start out with revision videos and MCQ discussion videos because these are passive tools giving 5 to 6 hours, that is 50 to 60% of your daily time to it will be more than enough. Listen to what the teacher is telling you, understand the fine details that they're emphasizing, because whatever they're emphasizing on revision videos or MCQ discussion videos is extremely valuable for you. Then go to the question bank, try to solve it actively. This will be painful, this will be energy draining, you'll obviously be tired after this. And once you're done with this, once you're tired and you don't have the energy to do the questions, go to the Delta videos and complete your subject. This is something that you have to do every day for the next 2 months. And trust me, like sir said, agar aap ye karoge aur wo planner hai, that planner is very important, because what happens sometimes, we get in the flow of completing the subject, and we overshoot the duration of that subject. For example, if you're supposed to do anatomy in 2 to 3 days, you try to do more and you overshoot it for 3 to 4 days or 5 days. That way what will happen is you're eaten into another subject stay. Don't do that. Whenever the duration for that subject is over, have a hard stop. सोच लो कि मैंने जितना किया वो enough है, because something is better than nothing, right? So if you finish one subject completely or two subjects completely and totally let go of one or two subjects, you're making a critical mistake. Don't do that. Try to cover all the subjects, whatever is possible. So whenever there is an end point, stop it, chhod do, aage badh jao, right? That is what you're supposed to do.
Okay. So another question which both of us are getting is they have a fringe rank in the previous exam. It's a borderline rank. Should they wait for counseling or study? Well, my advice here is to keep on studying some bit, because if the second counseling will end very close to the exam date, and supposing you don't get a seat, then you'll be in no man's land. So it's better to keep on studying, thoda bahut padhte raho, just to be in the flow of things. If you get a seat, excellent. If you don't, you can at least be competitive when you attempt the exam.
Absolutely. Sir, the standard teaching, what my parents or every senior person in our family must have taught us is, don't sail in two boats. बोलते हैं ना कि don't sail in two
Correct.
boats. But I think this is a moment in your life where your mettle will be tested. You have to sail in two boats this time. You have to keep preparing for the exam. I'm talking about the people who are in fringe ranks, not the toppers, because toppers की story तो हो गई है. People who are in fringe ranks, all you have to do right now is just submit your options online, right? Unlike the days that we faced our counselings, we had to travel, we had to go for the live counseling. All you have to do right now is to submit your options and pray. ठीक है, वो तो कर रही हो, तो पढ़ाई भी क्यों बंद करते हो? पढ़ाई करते रहो and you submit your options. We understand that your mind will not be focused because you're constantly in that thought कि यार अगर लग जाएगा, अगर मिल जाती है तो क्या होता है. For the sake of the exam, curb that, control that, continue studying, because who knows, god forbid, if you don't get a seat in the counseling and if you're underprepared, you miss out on this opportunity as well. Next exam aa jayega fir next time. So just give your best, try to be strong and persevere, or that's all you can do right now.
So again, a lot of students are asking how to differentiate, how to divide their time between revision videos, QBank, and MCQ discussion videos. So I've divided this into those who are starting now. I've already shared the planner with you. You need to watch revision videos. Come se come 4 to 5 hours you need to give to revision videos every day. Okay. QBank, and in between QBank, do two QBank modules, do one MCQ discussion video at 2x. So that is how you approach one subject. The last video, which is the high yield topic Delta video, do it once now and once in the last 10 days before the exam. Those who have already finished all the subjects and now revising a subject, you can use that planner to plan your revision. And for you, if you have notes are preferred over revision videos, and you just have to revise your QBank and do the MCQ discussion video and the HYT video. So that is how the two category of students can divide their time while approaching these videos.
I think that is wonderful, sir, because you have cleared almost all the concerns of the students, people who are starting right now, as well as people who are on the way. I mean, in the on while preparing, people who are preparing right now since a very long time. So that is a very good PPT slide. If you want to take a screenshot, you can pause the video there and take it. Now, the question about advice for interns. So essentially, it is the same, right? People who are repeating or people who are starting now, the only difference between full-time students and part-time students like you is that you have work right now. You have to go to the hospital, you have to attend your postings, but you will still be able to manage and find the time for yourself. Well, you should find time for yourself, because that is what you have to do if you want to crack this exam. Number one, my suggestion to you is, whatever posting you're doing, right, start with that subject. That way you will have some clinical motivation to go through it. Otherwise, start with something that you like. Same thing applies here. Do that revision videos, question bank, MCQ discussion videos, and top it up with delta videos.
So, sir, some students are asking, should they take an extension from their internship now to study for the NEET PG exam? Would you recommend that?
I wouldn't, sir, because there is always this dilemma whether the NMC will allow the students who are doing internship right now to sit for the exam, or to probably, not give them an opportunity to sit for the exam. So ideally, they should finish their internship as soon as possible to keep things predictable. Otherwise, you never know in which batch you will fall, and maybe if your internship is not over in time, you might miss the opportunity to sit for the exam. So I wouldn't recommend that. What about you, sir?
I would absolutely agree with you. And like you said, that when you're going for your clinical postings, if you cannot watch videos there, utilize that time to watch the MCQ discussion videos at 2x, or solve questions, or see the pearls. So squeeze in as much time as you can during one day to do something or the other, so that you remain in the mix of things.
There is one question Dr. BD is asking: how to start your day? Should you start your day with notes or tests? I would say you should start your day with a shower.
I I would say you should start your day with 15 minutes of brisk walking or running, because that will really freshen you up. Then take a shower and then start studying.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter whether you start with notes or test, brother. You can start with anything as long as you stick to those, the structure that sir has given. 6 hours mein ye kar lo, 4 hours mein wo kar lo. It doesn't matter where you start.
Right. And do whatever is good for you. सब लोगों का plan अलग होता है. It is to their liking. So, like Dr. Abbas said, if you like to start off with MCQs, you start off with MCQs. If you like to start with notes, you start with notes. But do keep one thing in mind, that this time the exam is in the morning hours. So you should ultimately, 1 month or 40 days before the exam, you should start doing questions from morning 9 o'clock, because that's the time when you will have to appear for the exam. Right?
That is critical, sir. What you have said is critical, because I have seen not one, but quite a few students who have done very well in their preparation, their grand test and mock exams, only to fumble in the real exam. And the reason that they can think of is that they were groggy, they were tired, they were sleepy during the exam hours. So please understand that this is not one of those exams where you mug up everything in the night and then go and regurgitate on the exam hall. That doesn't happen. This is an exam where you have to bring in information from remote parts of your brain to answer a simple MCQ. So for that, you need to be very fresh. So like sir said, start with a brisk walk, jog for some time, take a cold bath, and then start doing the questions. And when you're practicing those grand tests, ideally keep it in the time slot of the actual exam. That way your body and mind will be tuned to prepare to answer those questions in that time of the day.
So moving on to a very important question, that what is to be done in the last 15 days. So I think so both of us have just highlighted that you need to change your circadian rhythm, and you need to be most active at 9 a.m. and solving questions at that time. So last 15 days, if you are one who like to burn the, you like to burn the midnight lamp and stay awake till late hours of the night, you need to change your pattern, and you need to get enough sleep during the night time, so that you can get up by 6:37 and be active by 9 o'clock. Start solving questions from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock. Do at least one GT during the last 15 days from 9 o'clock till 12 noon. In the last 15 days, what do you need to read? You need to read the HYT Delta videos, which again I'm emphasizing is the last video of each subject in the Delta section. This contains your volatile and the high yield information. Along with this, you do your bookmarked MCQs and you can see pearls which you feel are, which you don't remember, or are those volatile pearls. This is what you need to do in the last 15 days. Of course, one GT, as I've already mentioned, at least one GT you need to appear for, and appear for this GT at least 7 to 10 days before the exam, not in the last 7 days, because you don't want to have a nervous breakdown just in case you don't do well in that particular GT.
Sir, there is this question, and I think it kind of helps us wrap this session nicely. So I'll just put across that question. Sir, if we start now, can we crack INI set if we continue with the same energy and focus till May?
Look, when we are saying that you can crack the NEET PG exam, of course you can crack the INI CT exam as well. But I think so, those who have the INI CT exam also as a target, you should definitely appear for the NEET PG exam as a practice exam. Don't miss out on that exam.
So my take on that is, you can not only crack INI set exam, utna padhoge to you can probably crack Earth also. Be dedicated. Keep it simple. I mean, I love these words by Dr. Rohan. He said, keep things simple and stupid. Right? Just keep things simple and stupid. This is the formula. If we have given you the planner, we have given you everything. We have put everything on a piece of a platter and we are handing out to you. Iske baad bhi, if you have confusion, then I don't know who will help you. Right? Just do the things that we are asking you to do, because we are not giving this information just because we have brought this information from the thin air and ye kar lo beta. This is something that we know from the toppers. We have been talking to the toppers in so many years. We have been teaching since so many years, and we know what these people are doing, and that has fetched them the ranks. And we are just telling you, ye kar lo, and you will get the rank. So you will have to trust us on this. You have to trust us on this and gamble and put in all your effort and energy. And trust me, even if you don't get the top ranks, you will definitely get the ranks that you would never have thought of for yourself. ऐसा आ जाएगा.
So somebody is asking, yeah, you told that you have to do 6 to 7 modules every day, but pharma has 67 modules. How can we do it in 3 days? Look, of course, I mean, it's not, the plan is not right down to the T. You have to stretch yourself on certain days. If you want to finish a subject in 3 days, on certain days, you will have to do 10 modules. So you will have to push yourself. So, I mean, again, as we are saying, we have shared a very simple planner with you. It is important that you keep things simple and you keep on approaching them with that manner. If you keep on complicating things and if you look at multiple resources or multiple things to do one thing, then you will not be able to achieve even a small bit of the course in the next 15 days. So stick to one preparation source, whichever you've been using till now, and make use of that planner and keep things simple and stupid, as we have been re-emphasizing. There are more chances that you land up with a rank that way.
That's what, sir. I mean, see, there are good days and there are bad days. While you're preparing for this exam, there will be good days where you'll be able to finish 20, 25, 30 modules even. See, in the previous marathons that we have conducted, we have looked at the charts of the students who have finished at least 30 question bank modules in a day. And I messaged them and asked them, is it possible? How did you do 30 question bank modules in a day? They said, yes, it was possible. I started in the morning. The topics were interesting and it was fun. And I kept on doing it till the evening. So he got into the flow. He got into the jive and he finished it. So there will be good days where you will be able to do more modules compared to other days, and then there will be bad days where you will not be able to do even 3 or 4 modules. So keep that in mind. Not every day will be the same. So don't worry about it. Even though there are 67 modules in pharmacology, you will be able to finish it, number one. And number two, very importantly, even if you're not able to finish it, If the time is complete for that subject, you will have to be brave enough to forgo that and move on to the next subject, because if you don't, you're risking the other subjects. So you have to be brave enough to sacrifice that subject and move on to the next one. That is how smart players play this game.
Previous year questions, I'm again highlighting, have been covered in the Q Bank and the MCQ discussion videos. You don't need to do them separately. If you can do the Q Bank and the MCQ discussion videos, your previous year questions would be taken care of. Right. Now, sir, somebody is saying that how can we keep every day as a good and a productive day? Is that possible? And what would be your tips to keep oneself motivated and on track?
Sir, personally, I feel that there will never come a time where every day is a good day, because that has never happened to me, and for everyone I know in my life has never happened. There are few probably lucky people that you might find on Instagram whose every day is a perfect day, but reality में ऐसा होता नहीं है. So what I will say is that take every day as it comes. So if you are sick, if you're tired, if you're unable to do it, it's okay. Forgive yourself. जितनी हो सकता है कर लो. And then when the good day comes, save your energy and continue and persist on doing the things. That day you might be invited to a wedding or a reception. Stop it. Avoid going there. Don't participate in that, because you know this is a good day for you. You're consuming information like a sponge. Keep on going. So every day will be different. You will have good days and bad days. Be realistic about it. Exploit the good days to get better results, and forgive yourself for the bad days. Number one. Number two, it's all about discipline. There is nothing like motivation is temporary. Right now both of us will give you a good pep talk. बेटा कर लो, ये तुमसे हो जाएगा. At the end of the video you will have lots of dopamine released and you will feel yes, कर सकते हैं, सर ने बोला है करेंगे, रोहन सर ने बोला है करेंगे, हमको सर का आशीर्वाद मिल गया, हम कर लेंगे, and you'll feel good about yourself. But then tomorrow morning everything will go, everything will be gone. So believe in discipline, because when you start doing, like sir said, start कर लो. See, trust me, when you start doing the question ना, जब 10-12 क्वेश्चन हो जाएंगे, you will feel अरे यार, it's not so hard, I can do this. I was always thinking it is hard. I had this unreasonable belief about how hard this will be. It will not be. It will be simple. So once you do that, you will tell yourself and you will realize कि ये तो simple है, ये तो हो सकता है. And that will give you the motivation. Now this motivation is something that you can reproduce, is something that will happen every morning when you do these questions. And this motivation will take you through the day and into the next day. So you know now how to build your own motivation rather than seeking it on the internet. So don't ask anyone for motivation. Start your day, like sir said, with a brisk walk, take a shower, and then sit down for half an hour. जब बुरा लगे भरा लगे जो भी है, 15 minutes, half an hour बैठ के questions कर लो. वो half an hour के बाद automatically the ball will start rolling and you will complete your 8 to 10 hours without a problem.
Correct. So I always feel that there are two types of students, and one is the type who's self-motivated, who make targets and they push themselves to achieve their targets, and उनको external motivation की ज़रूरत नहीं है. And the other ones are the ones who need external motivation. Now, if you're the first type, it is very good. You make a planner, and जैसे होता है ना, when you open a bottle of soda or a bottle of soft drinks, तो immediately bubbles बाहर आते हैं. That is what Dr. Abbas was saying कि अभी हमने इतना pep talk किया, you will all be charged up, so you'll all वो bubbles बाहर आ रहे हैं. But after some time वो fizz हो जाता है, fizz चला जाता है, एकदम dry हो जाता है. वापस bubbles बनाने के लिए you have to shake the bottle. So again, you have to shake yourself. You have to shake yourself back on the track so that you can start running again and stay motivated. Now, या तो वो आप खुद से कर लो. अगर खुद से नहीं हो पा रहा, then there are ample videos available online. Or tag us on Instagram, either one of us, and we will help you out. We will answer as many queries as we can over the next 50 days to keep yourself motivated. So any day you're feeling low, reach out to us and we'll try to help you out.
I mean, the simple way is, if you go on Instagram and look at my stories, I have something called Study Revolution and I keep sharing it on my story.
Yes.
You will be surprised to see so many students planning out their day and executing it. So what they do is they make a story in the morning saying what they will do. And in the night, they share the same story again saying they have completed so much. And just looking at what everyone around you is doing will give you that immense push that you have to go and do it. So वो भी कर सकते हो. Just देख लो सब क्या कर रहे हैं.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I would also like to say that cut down your time on social media and your phone. Utilize it very practically, because it can be a double-edged sword. So अगर आपको कोई academic query है, post it on the Marrowlinks Facebook group and the faculty will answer it. As soon as answer हो गया है, turn off commenting, right? If you want to ask any non-academic query, put it on our Instagram handles, like Dr. Abbas said, tag us on a story or put a direct message and we'll be able to help you out, or talk to your well-wishers, talk to positive people, your friends and family. They'll be able to help you out. Again, not every day is as productive as the previous day. So जिस दिन अच्छा हो रहा है, जिस दिन productivity ज़्यादा है, try to achieve more, because invariably you will have a bad day in the next few days, right? So वो सब compensate हो जाता है. Okay.
Right, and I would like to say one thing, sir, before we close the session. If you have to add, you can add after this. I just wanted to say this bit because you see, uh, we know that the exam is on 12th March, and our immediate response automatically is of fear and anxiety. कि हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है, right? And our body and our brain is designed to run away from fear and anxiety. We can't tolerate stress as human beings. So what do? We try to rationalize why we can't crack that exam. So what do we tell ourselves? We tell ki maybe it will get postponed, or maybe I'm not good enough to crack that exam. And the moment you start believing in these two things, immediately your subconscious will understand कि इसको तो rank नहीं आने वाला है क्योंकि या तो exam is unreasonably close or he is absolutely underprepared for it. So that stress of working hard for that exam is gone away. At that moment, stress is gone away, which means your ability to push yourself is also gone away. You're in your comfort zone. And that's what sir has been telling since the beginning. Get out of your comfort zone. Be in stress, because this stress is what is going to push you to success. So don't tell yourself कि exam postpone होने वाला है. Don't tell yourself कि मुझे rank नहीं आने वाला है क्योंकि I am an awful student. I've never studied. Rank आएगा. Exam 12 मार्च को होगा. आपको पढ़ना है. And if you're in that stress, tell yourself कि मुझे stress इसलिए आ रहा है because I'm going to crack this exam. People who do not have stress right now are not the people who are going to crack this exam because they are in the comfort zone. You don't have to be in the comfort zone. You have to get out of the comfort zone. And the moment you're feeling that stress, tell yourself कि मुझे stress आ रहा है ना, right? Maybe I'm doing the right thing, and you are doing the right thing.
So I would just like to say it does not matter how you start. What matters is how you end. So all of you know Usain Bolt, and I've time and again covered this in my videos as well, that Usain Bolt was never a fast starter, right? In fact, he was a very slow starter, but he used to finish very strongly. After 40-50 meters, जब उसको अपनी pace में आ जाता था, nobody could catch him, right? So again, start as soon as you can. Maybe your friends have started 5 days before, 10 days before, or a month before. Doesn't matter. You can cover up that period. Trust me, you can cover up that period. And again, it is about stepping outside your comfort zone. Just ये चीज अपने ध्यान में रखो कि हर रोज अपने आप को पुश करना है. And you know, all of you will take breaks over the next 50 days. If you take a break and if you have time, maybe in parts, watch this movie called 100 on Netflix. This is regarding a guy who had multiple sclerosis and he was paralyzed, but it was his dream to complete an Ironman triathlon, which is a huge feat even for a physically capable person. And it's about his story, that how in 6 months time he trained his body to compete for that marathon and he completed it. So it's such an inspirational story of somebody pushing themselves outside their comfort zone. I'm sure it will give you a lot of motivation as well. Okay, so please stick to the planner which we've shared with you. Keep things simple, and it is more important that you start. एक बार start कर लोगे तो finish भी हो जाएगा. Don't worry about that. So I think so we've addressed most of your queries. If there are certain queries which have still been left unaddressed, please post it on our Instagram handles. These are our Instagram handle, Dr. Abbas, very popular Instagram handle, the bone teacher, and mine is the left-handed surgeon.
You can
If
also
you have
comment below. We will try to answer them in the comments as
Yes,
well.
you can post it as a comment also, and we will address your queries as fast as we can. So
Sir,
all the best.
people are saying keep blessings de do, sir. So we are blessing you, and this is a virtual high five from all of us. So this is a
Yes.
virtual high five. All right. So all the best from my side, and We wish you all the best. We will see you on the other side, sir.
Yes, absolutely. And it is time to now to open your brain buttons. And that is what my daughter says. You know, whenever she asks me a question and I can't figure out an answer, she says, open your brain button. So it's time to open your brain buttons and to put them on use. A big high five from our side and all the best. We can't wait to listen to your victory stories after 12th March. All the best. Take care.
Bye bye.